another reason why we would started Unadulterated You is to, kind of encourage people to walk your own path and kind of explore that and speak your own truth and do what's best for you. Because, we just kind of got to color outside of the lines sometimes.
Hey, me, I'm an introvert. I love coloring outside the lines. I do not like following the crowd. I do not like going with other people's paradigm. I love going my own.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Unadulterated You. I'm Bianca, and this is Teddy.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, so today we're back with another topic, and as always, we just want to tell you guys thank you so much for your support, and thanks so much for all your comments and just everything you guys are sending our way, and we really do appreciate it. And so, anyway, without further ado, today we're going to be talking about just living outside of the box. And Teddy, what I mean by that, because this is a topic that I picked, I mean, like, you know how sometimes society sets these types of standards and guidelines of how you're supposed to live. So just simply speaking, you know how school starts at 7:30 a.m. and we have to get all our school work done by, say, 3 p.m. And so, but what if now, we have this virtual learning where some parents have to homeschool. And we're used to being in this box of living and used to being in this mindset or mind frame that, oh, we got to get up at this time and we got to do things exactly how they say it should get done. And school is just one example. But what I want to say is, or what I'm trying to get at is that just because you see somebody doing something one way, there's more than one way to get things done.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, me personally, I don't feel like there's no one way to do anything. Like, just for example, like I drive truck for a living, and they might give me an address to get to a particular location. If you put it in Google or whatever, there's usually like 5 different routes to get to that same place. And who's to say which route is wrong? That one might be quicker, but it's more than one route to get to the same location. Mm-hmm. And I feel that's the same way with life.
Yeah. And even though, like you said, maybe 5 different routes, and you can kind of pick and choose at your leisure, you still need to be able to adapt when you have to make a change, when you have to do something different. You need to be able to kind of be used to moving that way, because just say if you've been driving this one route for 10 years, you know what I'm saying, and you've never taken a different way. And then when a wrench is thrown in the plan, what do? Like, you're used to being in that box again.
Exactly. I mean, it's good to be open-minded, especially for life. But like what I've learned, especially as being a driver, is like sometimes the quickest route ain't always the best route. It might get me there quicker, but me being in a big truck, there's certain routes that's not good for me. Maybe there's a lot of hills, maybe there's a lot of twists and turns, but what the Google or what the computer is telling me is a longer route is actually a more safer route for me as a driver.
I'm so glad you said that, because we hadn't even talked about this, but I've done a podcast on my business podcast talking about, crooked paths and how God, he makes them straight for us. But the truth is, even though we're on these roads and your road might be different from mine, but it seems like everybody's trying to speed down this road, or, oh, I'm afraid that Teddy's going to pass me, so I'm not going to slow down. But if I don't slow down, then I could potentially crash, or, you know what I'm saying? So, like you said, the safest thing or the best thing for me is not necessarily the best thing for you. And just because I'm figuring that, oh, this group of people are doing things one set way, it shouldn't necessarily govern the way I function in my home or in my life, or, with parenting or whatever else. You kind of got to do what's best for you.
Exactly. I mean, that's just like the way life is, period. Like, I really have a pet pet peeve for people that try to tell me exactly. I don't mind, people giving their advice who's been there before, but everybody's journey is different. Um, like I'll give you a perfect example. Like me and you can go to an ice cream shop, and me and you both want ice cream, but there's probably 100 flavors there. So if you want butter pecan and I want strawberry, that doesn't make you better than me or you different. We're both going to go ice cream, but you want your flavor, I want my flavor.
Right. I just think that, the hard part or even the bad part about, us all living life in this, we're meshed together, is that society has created this box of living. And it's just like, a lot of times it's hard for people to challenge that um,
Mm-hmm.
in their own lives, because that means it's not, whatever I'm doing is not credible or is not valid.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually not true. And what you may be doing may be far more credible and far more valid than what the precedents that has been set before you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes I think it's important just to kind of, well, God created us as individuals, so it's important to kind of lean towards um, having some discernment that way and just doing what's best for you. You got to do what's best for you. Nobody can choose that.
Absolutely. Nobody knows your journey and nobody knows you as a person. So it's good to take advice. It's good to get, a different perspective on what, especially somebody who's already been down a road that you're about to go through, but that doesn't mean you're going to go down the same road the same exact way.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have to make some adjustments. Like they may be able to give you that roadmap, but what if there was some construction down that road?
Mm-hmm.
They went down that same road 5 years ago, but now they do construction on that road, and it's not exactly the same down way that you went when you went down that road.
Mm-hmm. And the resources, or what kind of vehicle are they using? Do they have more resources now, or do they have less than what you may have? That may take you on a whole nother route. Okay, I want to start a business, you want to start a business, or you've started one, but maybe you had more money than I have at this time, so I have to go another route. Or maybe I have more funds than you had when you began, so I kind of curve my own route that way. Advice is great. Yes, starting a business is great. It would be like saying education is important. Okay, both you and I recognize that, but the way you educate yourself and the way I choose to educate myself, or my learning pattern that is best for me, may not be the same as yours.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, not trying to dumb it down, but it's like if 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 you went to high school with me and you're deciding to be a doctor, of course your education level will be different from me as a truck driver. Algebra might be a big deal to you going to a medical school, but algebra does nothing to me going to truck driver school.
Nothing for you.
Nothing at all.
But we both recognize that education is important.
Of course.
The basics of it, we recognize that, and that's where we can lean towards one another that way. But it doesn't mean that you have to take everything that all my notes that I've taken and apply them to yourself. That's where we walk our own paths, and that's where God has created us individually. And if I could say, I think that you and I, another reason why we would start at Unadulterated You is to, kind of encourage people to walk your own path and kind of explore that, and speak your own truth and do what's best for you. Because, we just kind of got to color outside of the line sometimes.
Hey, me, I'm an introvert. I love coloring outside the lines. I do not like following the crowd. I do not like going with other people's paradigm. I love going my own way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just my life. That's what all I know.
Yeah, I think it's beauty and, just kind of exploring and even sometimes carving out your own path, even though God does it for us. It's beauty in kind of being able to choose your own walk and choose the way you're gonna. That's why you're an individual. You don't have
Exactly.
to do it the way that Susan does it or the way that Tasha does it. Do it the way
Mhm.
you want to do it. Do it the way that
Ab-
you feel comfortable doing it. You know.
Exactly. I mean, the more I live this life, I learned there's really not no wrong way to be you.
Hmm.
I mean, you could follow different ways of different accomplishing different things and get to a certain goals in life, but you are unique to you.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, and nobody can be you better than you.
And what's in the word unique? It's you.
I
It's
mean,
yeah. So it's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself, and it's okay to kind of explore what is best for you. Anyway, the bottom line is just to encourage you guys to you know, think outside of the box, and if one way doesn't work, it's okay to explore other ways and to see if that'll work for you and your family or your children or your business or whatever your way of living, whatever you decide to do, just kind of think outside the box and explore that, and you might come up with something, something great. Who knows?
oh yeah, definitely. I don't know nobody who thought outside the box that wasn't successful in some type of way.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for that topic. And we hope you guys were able to get something from it. And we appreciate you tuning in. And if you watched this far, then that means that you watched the whole video. And so we appreciate you very much. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Feel free to email us or comment or whatever you feel like you need to do. Is if you have a topic you'd like us to speak about, just comment it down below. And our email is unadulteratedyou@gmail.com. And we look forward to hearing from you.
I take care, everybody.